Hello and welcome to episode 24 of Wizard Weekly, where we bring you news and humor from around the spiral. Your chance to vote for Wizard 101 in the Game Developer Choice Online Awards came to a close last night, and we now eagerly await the results, which will be announced October 12th at a live conference in the Austin Convention Center. It looks like the competition is going to be intense this year, with several new games tossed into the nomination roster, so make sure to keep an eye on the official website. While you're waiting on the results, you can play with any one of the new pets that have arrived in the Crown Shop. The Muscled Cat and Primal Wildclaw are available for 1,750 and 2,250 crowns and have a pedigree of 42 each. The Skeletal Knight is being sold for 5,000 crowns and has a pedigree of 48, and the Burning Pixie and Pink Jellyfish are 6,000 and 7,000 crowns in the Crown Shop and have a pedigree of 55. There isn't much information on these pets yet, though none of them appear to have come with pet-specific cards, and all of them have yet to receive Sprightly as a first-generation talent, leading some to wonder if they're worth the crown's only cost. If you're an avid picture taker and you've run out of room in your Wizard Central photo album, fear not. You won't have to delete your precious memories, as there's now a new image hosting website, Image Hosting Central, at your disposal. Images here will be allowed to be directly linked to Wizard 101 Central, Fusion Fall Central, and Pottermore Central, and your albums here can hold up to 500 pictures for free or 1,000 pictures for just $2, so let the good times roll and the cameras snap. Speaking of good times and rolling, it's time for the Power Pip, where we've got a ton of news for you. The third biannual Wits End Tourney is coming to a close, with combatants headed for the semifinals, and all of the first, second, and third qualifiers in the Topsy Turvy Tourny have come to an end, with Aaron Legendblade, Arcwarrior, and Celtics headed for the finals. I managed to catch the last of a best-in-3 match between Arcwarrior and Noob to finish off the qualifier. Because of the handicap in this tournament, Noob was totally unable to summon a minion of fire, leaving him open and on his own as Arc summoned a minion of ice to his side. Noob quickly took control of the situation though, taking out the minion with a meteor. Determined to get a minion into the field and keep it there, Arc summoned 2 more that got melted almost immediately, and finally he was forced to use a satyr to heal the damage done during the minion mashings. A critical Scald not too much later looked like it had Arcwarrior on the ropes, but a lucky critical Sprite spell literally saved his life. He retaliated by doubling up his Frostbite spells on Noob and forcing him to heal, hoping to get a kill in with an Evil Snowman spell on the next turn, but to no avail. Noob was able to make a full recovery and decided to get down to business with an Ifrit attack, following up with a powered-up Link and Scald that had Arcwarrior hurting once again. He retaliated with another double Frostbite and summoned an Ice Colossus that had Noob's health down in the double digits. He feverishly cast Sprite spell after Sprite spell and barely managed to out-heal the first Permafrost. He was just about to heal himself back up to full when Arcwarrior pulled out an Ice Giant and... Oh my god, no! No! Ah! I missed the last 2 rounds of the match, where a very unlucky fizzle on Noob's part left him hurting, and Arcwarrior's Frostbite finished him off. Congratulations to both contestants on having made it to the semifinals, to Arcwarrior who's headed for the Topsy Turvy Tourny finals, and thank you to both competitors for sharing an absolutely awesome battle with us. After such a stellar match, it was time to relax in Iridian Dreamhunters Imperial Palace in this week's Better Homes and Gardens. The palace grounds were alive with light and life when I showed up, and you can wander through them slowly to take in the sights and sounds, or just relax in the shade of a small grove off in the corner. The overall theme for her house is Zen Appeal, and as you walk into her house for the very first time you can sense it in the simple, cool decor of her entry hall, where harmony and balance are preserved. In her entry hall is a small relaxation room where she can study or just pass the time watching her fish swim around in her crafted aquarium. If you follow your nose, you'll find yourself in her busy kitchen where she loves to bake and cook, entertaining and creating magical treats for her guests. The wonderful smell of baked goods can waft over the gap in the wall between the kitchen and her bedroom, which is her favorite room in the house. She keeps it simple, clean, and easy to maintain, retreating here after a long day of battling through the spiral to relax to the gentle sounds of water and birdsong. Head to the other side of her house and you enter a tea ceremony room, which she's decorated to mirror real life. There's an open spot for a geisha to dance while her guests enjoy any of the wide assortment of tea she serves. Iridian's home doesn't use any glitches, but it really doesn't have to. Her guests can come in and enjoy the serenity her house has to offer, using things as simple as the sound of running water to help them relax. After a little R&R in Iridian's home, I was able to meditate on some answers to this week's Letters from the Spiral. Our first question is from Ice Dragoon, who asks, do you think King's Eye will ever raise the amount of EXP gained in battles? I do think we'll see a raise in experience gained, but I don't think it'll be from battling. It'll probably be from turning in quests, and we probably won't see this until the next world in the Morganthine storyline. Right now, Celestia is the highest world available to us in terms of level and skill. You can level to about 58 just doing the main quests alone, and then you can finish your journey to 60 in dungeons, or just by going back and completing the side quests. When King's Eye releases this new world, whatever it is, they'll probably keep a close eye on wizards who are leveling their way through the end of Celestia, and they're heading into this new world, just to make sure these wizards can do it without having to go crazy to get the last 2 or more levels to enjoy this world but still experience a fair challenge. If they find that wizards are having a hard time leveling up at this point, they may slip a little more experience in here and there. It won't be a huge amount, people probably won't even notice, but it'll be there. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think I recall hearing something about receiving more experience from quests in Dragonspire right after Celestia was released. This was to help wizards leveling through the area. It gave them a bit of a leg up so they could continue to enjoy their leveling experience as they entered the new world. I have to wonder if they'll actually slip the extra experience points into Celestia though, as we now have Wintertusk to level up in as well. Sure, we have Grizzleheim, we had Grizzleheim back then, but you had to get through most of the zone before you really began to reap the rewards from it in terms of experience as a high-level wizard, whereas Wintertusk was created just for those high-level wizards, so you could easily get the last few levels you needed there. Even if we don't get bonus experience points from Celestia, we'll more than likely see them somewhere in the future though, in worlds that are already out, or perhaps in worlds to come. Maxi0882 has been questing a bunch apparently because they ask, will we ever be able to receive crafting recipes from quests? That's a good question, and I think an even better idea. It would give people who aren't really interested in pets and gardening something to look forward to as they quested, and once they've reached max level, it would be something for them to go back and work on. Granted, I don't think we'll see any really big recipes out in the spiral anywhere, like the crafted houses or even the carousel, but to be able to earn like the fish tank recipe even for defeating Cthulhu or another Celestian boss would certainly make it more interesting. I think you were on the right track when offering them up as a quest reward too. This would eliminate the problem of getting duplicates of the recipe if you were grinding a boss for a pet or gear or something. Though in my opinion it would kind of take the surprise out of it just a bit. Personally, I'd love to see some rare recipes drop off of high-level bosses. Very good question indeed, Maxie. I do think there ought to be a crafting recipe or two available from quest rewards at the very least. Our last question today is from Sickly, who wrote in to ask us, do you think that paying 2,500 crowns, which is $5 in real life, for 7 Mega Snacks is a bit overpriced? I agree with you that they're a bit overpriced, but I think KingsIsle set the price so high to keep people interested in the Mega Snack packs, but to kinda dissuade us from overusing them at the same time. The thing about the pet snacks is that they're not just available in the Mega Pack. You can gain them from gardening. I know the prickly bear cactus is a favorite for farming because it awards both crab apples and sunfruit, but there are other plants out there that also reward mega snacks that are even higher in rank. I think all of the breadfruit trees have a chance of rewarding you a rank 9 at Elder. You can also farm high-level dungeons for Mega Snacks. In Waterworks, I believe you can get up to 4 Mega Snacks per run, though that's a best-case scenario and very unlikely. Though you're bound to at least get one while you're in there. KingsIsle could safely remove the Mega Snack pack from the game if they wanted to, and there wouldn't be a tremendous impact on the pet-crazed community. The snacks would just take longer to get. They've decided to give players a kind of a shortcut, though, by keeping the Mega Snacks in the game, and a lot of users are using that shortcut even though there's a toll booth. This means that pet owners can get from baby to ancient faster, and it generates a nice side income for KingsIsle at the same time. That's all for this week's Wizard Weekly. Just a quick reminder before we go that the Better Homes and Gardens thread for this month will be closing next Friday, September 30th at 1 to midnight Eastern Time, and we'll be opening the new thread on the 7th of October for our November entries. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week. Remember to eat your greens! 12th at a live conference in the why do I keep saying the Australian Convention Center? Her guests can come in and enjoy the serenity her house has to offer. Minion advice is to us minions chicken strips.